Welcome to Pathways of Hope. Many of us fear Judgment Day, when we, as the Gospel of today states, will be separated into groups as a shepherd separates sheep from goats. We dread the prospect of being classified as goats and therefore suffer eternal damnation. But rather than a weapon to strike fear into our hearts, the Gospel actually gives us the blueprint on how we ought to live so we can enjoy eternal life when the end comes. God, in His great love for us, does not play a guessing game with us. He tells us clearly and outrightly what it will take for us to be with Him for eternity. He tells us, feed the hungry, give drink to the thirsty, welcome the stranger, clothe the naked, visit the sick and those in prison. His instructions are unequivocal. Why then are we so bothered when we read these words? I surmise that it is because somehow these commands have become so difficult for us to obey. Our minds are so colored by so many presumptions. If you help, you will be taken advantage of. Or you really can't trust anyone anymore. A stranger might do you harm. Or don't give to beggars. You will only be supporting the syndicates victimizing them. To add to that, our time is occupied by so many things, important things, urgent things, that it is hard for us to make room for what the Lord wants us to do. Today, we are reminded of what matters most to God, how we love others, especially the poor and marginalized. How we love and relate to the poor determines the authenticity of our experience of the grace of salvation. It is not enough that we say we are followers of Christ, that we are saved. We must show evidence of that in our lives. Jesus tells us today, this is the evidence, that you extend love to those in need. Jesus does not leave room for excuses or qualifications or presumptions. James chapter 2 verses 14 to 17 states, "What good is it, my brothers, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can that faith save him? If a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, 'Go in peace, be warmed and filled,' without giving them the things needed for the body, what good is that? So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." A dead faith is one not accompanied by good works, the works enumerated by Jesus in today's gospel. Now, this is how true faith, how true discipleship looks like. A life lived in solidarity with the poor, sharing our resources with them, building up their lives. Faith and good works go together. Because it is so intertwined with our faith, doing good works cannot be an occasional or seasonal thing for us. It should be integral to our beings. We cannot wait for Christmas to be generous to others or for Lent to give alms. Each time we are confronted with the opportunity to help, we must respond. Better yet, we must actively seek these opportunities to help. It is worth engraving in our hearts that Jesus actually said this, "What you do to them, you do to me." When we serve the poor and the needy, we serve Jesus directly. He is present in them. What an extraordinary privilege we are given when we do what Jesus directs us in today's gospel. That should be more than enough encouragement for us. In the season of Lent, it is worth examining how much we love and care for others, especially the poor, the needy, the marginalized. If we have fallen short, if we have failed to love as Jesus asks us to love, let us ask for forgiveness and resolve to do more, to do better. It is also worth asking ourselves if there are things in our lives that keep us from loving others more. Let us ask God's help to remove these obstacles and clutter so we may experience more freedom in this area. Today, as an expression of our willingness to grow in loving others, I encourage you to seek out someone in need and give concrete help to that person. Food, drink, clothing, comfort. Who knows? You just might receive a smile from Jesus. If you are blessed by this reflection, please feel free to share it. God bless you.